and with BRITE Radio on the red carpet. I am here with the keynote speaker for the weekend, Mr. Reggie Dabbs.
How you doing? Hello, BRITE Radio. Good to be back with you again.
Yes, it is good to see you again.
I love it.
We can't get enough of you, man.
I know, it's in the winter time every time, too.
I know.
But I'm not bad this time.
You worked it out.
A year ago.
The Florida boy, you figured out what to do.
Yeah, it's called North Face. That stuff keep a brother warm right there. That's like taking your comforter off your bed and just walking out the door with it on.
Wrapped up.
I did it.
That's the most style.
I walked in sweating. I had a hoodie on, 5 shirts, and North Face. I was toasty. Yeah,
you know how to do it. Yeah, Ocean City is normally warm, but not in January.
Not happening. Not happening.
Well, I tell you, you have been just coming with the word and the music and mixing it all in with such a wonderful, hilarious style, but still bringing it for these young people this weekend. How has this weekend impacted you thus far?
You know, every time I get invited to come to this Methodist event, every weekend is something cool, it's something better, something greater. I mean, they bring young people from all over this area. I mean, there's like 3,000-4,000 young people in the arena. Sometimes you wish the world would take a moment and not look at ISIS, but look at our young people and see the good that's happening. You know, hate is winning the headline, but I believe love is going to conquer the headline soon.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Your background is so powerful. With the fact that you almost didn't make it into this world, with a mother who was young and wasn't sure what to do, then coming and her deciding to go through and bring you to birthing you and then being adopted by the family. What is the passion within you that you want to say to people who are in that valley of decision?
You see, I believe that the stories are different, but the feeling is the same. You see, what made me hurt is totally different from what makes you hurt. But in the end result, we both hurt. So what we have to realize is, and I say it all the time, if you hurt so bad you don't know what to do, you don't know where to turn, you don't know where to go, 3 words: just keep breathing. Because tomorrow holds the answer to the problem that you're facing today. So because I hurt, I think it puts me in a whole different perspective, because I know what it's like to wish you didn't breathe tomorrow. I know what it's like to wake up and go, not again. I know what it's like to go to bed and say, why me? I know what it's like to wake up in the middle of the night and go, what am I going to do? But in all that stuff, it wraps up into a speaker that they say is for young people, but I think I speak for everybody, that everybody needs to know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Even if you can't see it, there is. Martin Luther King Jr. said it best. He said, it takes true faith to go up the stairs when you don't know what's at the top of the staircase. But then he said, but when you realize the whole time that you were hurting, you were in the dungeon of your own massive castle. And if you take courage and go up the steps, you realize you've been living in the palace the whole time. That's just,
wow.
But I grew up with him as an inspiration, and then that's true in everybody's life. We just got to keep going up step by step by step by step, because eventually you're going to open the door that's going to show you home.
That's the truth. Speaking of just keep breathing, that's the title of your second book.
Yes,
Tell us about that. Is what you've impacted.
Wow.
What did Just Keep Breathing come about?
Just Keep Breathing is 30 years of public school speaking. I've been speaking in public schools all around the world for the past 30 years. This is my 30th year doing it. Every year we do 1.5 million kids face to face all around the world. We work really hard, and our goal and our message is one kid, one city, one speech at a time. Just Keep Breathing is a combination of letters from kids over the past 4 years who heard me speak in public schools. And when they heard me in a public school setting, they found my email, Facebook, Instagram, and literally told me their stories. And it's not a feel-good book, but it's a book where, here's what we want. We want young people who are hurting to know they're not by themselves. But see, when you hurt and have pain and sorrow, first thing, you start thinking, I'm the only one. Everybody else is okay, I'm the only one hurting. Then 2, you start thinking, I ain't never gonna it's not gonna get better, it'll never get better. And then 3, you start thinking the unthinkable. Like, why am I alive? Why should I care? So we did that for kids with this book, was you're gonna be all right. My friends made it, so can you. I made it, so can you. But then with the same words, we're telling adults, moms, dads, teachers, faculty, staff, counselors, policemen, firemen, anybody who's related to young people, we're telling them the number one thing a kid needs is someone who will listen to him. Someone who will go, what's your story? Where are you from? You're going to make it. I'm on your side. If we start caring about people as individuals, we could change this world.
I tell you, I love the quote that you said here. Some of you wish you could quit. Some of you wish you could die. Not today, not on my watch.
And that's for us as adults who've gone through those hurts, through those pains. We got to decide, I'm not going to let the next generation live the way I did. I'm not going to let them hurt the way I did. So we have to be the ones who take the time to sit down with us. And it doesn't have to be a young person. It can be a co-worker who you see struggling, who you know is having a hard time at home with his spouse or with her husband. People need someone just to listen to them. And you know what else I know? Is we can be a hero. We can be the answer to someone's pain. We can be the answer. We can be the Jesus that they're looking for. Because every now and then Jesus just has to put skin on. And not just because I'm a speaker with a microphone, it's just the way I live. And I've totally changed the way I do things, and I've gone public with it. For 20 years, every morning I wake up, my wife laughs at me because sometimes I say it out loud. I literally roll over and go, today I'm going to be somebody's hero. Today I'm going to make someone's day better. Today I'm going to be the answer to someone's prayer. I went to Walmart, got bottled water. I was behind a mom and her 6-year-old son right before Halloween. He looked at it, he saw a Batman costume for $7, said, Mom, you got to do it. You know what the mom did? She put her groceries on the belt, got down on both knees, pulled her son in and said, I hope you understand this, but we ain't got no money. I don't get paid till next Tuesday. I'll make you a costume. You're going to be awesome on Friday. You're going to be awesome, but you can't be Batman. And she paid for her groceries. Little kid kissed her and said, I understand, Mom. Don't you forget, I'm Batman. That's what he said in a deep voice. I started to laugh. I put my water on the belt and asked the cashier. She's putting her bags in her little cart. She's going out the door. I said, run and get a Batman costume for that little boy. I'll give it to him in the parking lot. I went in the parking lot. I said, ma'am, you forgot a bag. Gave her the Batman costume. She starts crying, kisses me on the cheek and says, you're my hero. You're the answer to my prayer. Now, here's the deal. Some super Christian people are like, oh, my Lord, he's celebrating Halloween. If that's you, man, I ain't even near your level, all right?
If you caught up on that.
I'm just saying, if you calling that out, I don't have nothing to say. But here's the deal. If you've ever wanted your son to have something you couldn't do it, what would it be if you were the one who could do it? I was joking with my wife this morning because I don't know if you know, today's like $800 million Powerball. It's just the coolest thing right there. I'm almost ready to go buy one, but I can't because I'm a public speaker. But I'm just saying, and I go, baby, if we won it, what would we do? And you know what she said? She goes, we will drop gifts on everybody we know. We would pay off mortgages and never let anybody know. We'll find people who need a car and we buy them a car. And she goes, this would be cool. I've always wanted to be like that giveaway person. I always wanted
I'll
to be
make sure
Bob
I give
Barker.
y'all my address.
And I know, but then it's funny because I sit back and I go, so you're saying to me, after taxes, $469 million pretty much wouldn't even change us, would it? She goes, no. And I went, that means we must be living right.
Amen.
And, just caring about people, wanting to do things for people. And it's horrific. One of my best friends, when I was 18, got to college, he was my RA. We buried his wife at Christmas, the day before Christmas. And my son, 22, because we were going to Puerto Rico, we took all our tickets and went Christmas morning early instead of Christmas Eve, because the funeral was literally Christmas Eve. And I flew to Minnesota, went to the funeral. My 22-year-old looked at my wife after they dropped me off at the airport. They were going to lunch. And he goes, that's the kind of friend I want to be. That's the kind of man I want to be, to put my own thing on hold. He says, Dad didn't have to go, but he did because he went for his friend. And that's who we are, and that's what that book is about. It's about us changing one kid at a time, because it matters.
You're
one
walking testimony, and you're in a walking sermon.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get new illustrations every day.
Well, I tell you one thing that I was shocked. You can play somebody's saxophone.
Oh, come on. Yeah. When I was little, I'll be honest, when I was little, when I was in foster care, my mom gave me away to her teacher at school. I was raised by my mom's 10th grade English teacher. Her and her husband, I was diagnosed ADHD. I was sitting just flipped all the time. And the doctor goes, we can give him a pill for that. And my dad goes, no, I got the pill.
Old school pill.
There it is.
I know the old school pill.
Now it wouldn't even happen, but back then. And so literally, I would sit by him in church. I'd start moving, and he's like, "Hey," I'm like, "Okay, I got it."
That's the deal.
In the 3rd grade, my foster care mom said, "You're going to play the saxophone, so you got to play an instrument because music, rhythm, everything goes to rhythm, and we can help you with your flinching and fidgety in class if you just count to 4, 1, 2, 2." And so in my head, I would count to 4. When I studied, I'd count to 4. When I read, I'd count to 4, or 3, or 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2. And it literally, and now all of a sudden, now I ain't never take a pill.
Wow, music.
Jesus, now, good Lord. That's just the greatest. In a public school, you get them go, let me play a song for y'all. When you get done with that song, either they're all up dancing or they're going, okay, that was good.
That's right.
So it's almost like
nobody talked you into cutting an album.
I have one right down
Oh, well, see, there we go.
I know, it happens.
See, we got books.
And I'm doing a new one.
Albums.
I'm doing a whole
Reggie
new
Dabbs.
album.
Well, so what's the name of your music album?
It's called The Worship Collection.
Okay.
So I did all my favorite praise and worship songs, and it's just all instrumental.
Okay, well, I'll be putting some of that on BRITE Radio.
The name of the book.
Show. We went over, yes, we're going to re-emphasize the name of the book.
The book is called Just Keep Breathing. It comes out January 26th, but you can go on Amazon and pre-order it right now.
Because we're already sold out here at Word.
I'm still a little speechless over that. It was last night that the book company sent me 5 boxes, and they said, "Hey, just take these. I know you're doing a big conference the first week of January." And I said, "Okay." And I mentioned it last night, and in 15 minutes they all sold. I think it's hitting a chord where people want to know, because people say, young people today, and they don't realize the real hurt that's behind it. And now they're starting to see, they can see it. And coming up, we just got an invite to Michael and Kate, I think it is, Michael Strahan.
Oh, I love, yes.
We got an invite to Good Morning America and the Today Show.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're looking forward to just getting the word out. That
Kelly and Michael
on.
That's it. Kelly and Mike.
It's just, yeah, Kelly Ripa
and
Michael Strahan on something.
Yeah,
their show.
Yes. But remember, though, even if I go there, I was here first.
Hey!
Now, that people are intimidated to talk to young people because they think that they're too out of touch because of their age. Now, you're not a 16-year-old running around talking to
I'm
these young
52.
people. There you go.
I'm proud.
I'm trying to be you when I'm 52.
There you go. That'll work.
What is it that makes you not intimidated and be able to talk to the young people at their level and resonate with them, and that other older adults should not be afraid?
You were there first. Exactly. You were the kid before they even came along. So just remember, a lot of adults are doing everything they can. They're working hard, going to education, getting all their degrees, making money to try to bury who they were.
Wow.
In fact, you should carry your past into your future, because that's going to end up making this whole thing worthwhile. That's what we got to do. And what we need to understand now is what young people have today that we didn't. They don't need you. Young people don't need an adult. Everything, their daddy's online. There's mamas the internet. They can tweet or they can find any answer that they need by Google. They don't need an adult. But Google can't hug them. Google can't cry with them. And Google can't tell them they're going to make it. That's why they need adults. That's a sermon right there.
There you go. I don't know what else we need to say. Reggie Dabbs.
Word. BRITE Radio.
Yeah.